Yesterday was a holiday in Quebec, and so it was a holiday in our house, in our family. So we took the day and went on a thrift adventure. So earlier, or like late last week and early this week, we had my partner's family down from Quebec. So we knew we were gonna have a lot of extra care and support. So we had like the best, most hopeful plans. We're like, we're gonna tile behind the sink and we're gonna build the piece for above the stove. But turns out our household got sick. One of my little guys got sick, my partner got sick. So yeah, that didn't happen. Instead, I actually spent a lot of time revamping my website. The last time I put like a lot of energy into it and time and attention into like the foundation of the website was, I think, 2018. It needed a refresh. Like, I'm different now. I have kids now, like I'm a mom now. So much of life has changed. So we went out, we took some photos, refreshed some of the copy, and I also got to spend time working on my book. But as we got to the weekend and then the beginning of this week and then yesterday being the holiday, we started to feel a bit better, the house started to feel a bit better, so we went on a thrift adventure. I do have a thrift list, like I have things that I am looking for in my life right now. One thing on my thrift list is a frame for this. I got this at an estate sale a few weeks ago, if not like a month ago. Rather than going to like the bigger box thrift stores, so like Value Village, I kind of wanted to go to the spots that were less known. The shops where you like open the doors, you go in and you don't think you're gonna find much, but then you end up finding like the coolest little pieces. You might hear my dog scratching, she's getting comfy. So like I had a list of things that like I'm thinking about. Like, we are working on our kitchen. I have some clothing items I'm looking for. I've been really into Levi's. I would love to find vintage Levi's in like one of these shops, just for like the joy of that. I have a couple pairs, but like I would like to add to my collection. We're working on a playroom, so I have a whole vision for that. So I was like thinking like, oh, like I might find things for that. Also, I just wanted to go find little things that brought me joy and felt like an infusion of personality into my life and my wardrobe and my days. Yeah, they are. They smell so good.
Well, that is the strangest packaging I've ever seen in my entire life.
I love these chairs. So the very first store that we went to was one that the proceeds go towards supporting animals. So I loved that. They had a bit of everything in there, but one of the areas I was really drawn to was the linens. I'm working on a nursery makeover, and one of the things I've made is a sailboat made from like a vintage textile. And that kind of just gave me an itch to make more sailboats and just like different ideas of making the sailboat. So I found this one, and normally I love these for hanging. This one here had a rip. Oh, here. So I was thinking it might make a good candidate to become a sailboat. I also think this one could just look very beautiful on a table or hung up. And then this one, from afar, I thought it was like a little quilt, like a wall hanging. Turns out it's a pillowcase, but that's fine because I just love the colors of it. I really love blues, greens. At that same spot, I found this dress. The tag, so it's vintage. It's by Little Folks Children's Wear in Montreal. I'll be adding this one to my shop, but I just thought it was precious. It's these types of things that I love to find and rehome so that they don't just sit on a shelf, you know, they find their place and they get worn. So we're working on our playroom and we are gonna put a wardrobe. I think I found the wardrobe we're gonna use to keep the doors closed, because I think I'm gonna put in my craft supplies, safe craft supplies the little guys could get into, but I don't want them to get into. So I was thinking instead of putting like a lock on it, I wanted to maybe put like a tassel tie. I also have been loving seeing tassels on dresser knobs. I think it's really sweet. But I saw these ones and I just love the colors in them, pins on them. So I don't know if that's like to be worn, but I was thinking maybe taking this top part off and just using the small little tassels on a dresser. And then I thought this one like cleaned and then maybe tamed a bit, but for what I was thinking, like around the doors of the cabinet in the playroom. At that same store, I found this sweet little canister, jar, ceramic dish. I just loved the clouds on it. I thought that was different. Be great to put on my bedside to just put my rings or like the earrings that I wear all the time. Love the mix of silver and the blue and the white. I think blue always looks good with like a reddish tone dark wood. I got just a pair of shorts. I looked for the Levi's, there was none. There was a couple pair of Levi's. It's kind of like a hunt that I want to do very slowly and intentionally and not say yes to like maybe, and not just Levi's, I'm looking for vintage jeans in general. Levi's is one of the, you know, well-known brands. I didn't find any. I found some like almost like, oh, that could work, but they weren't the ones. So I did end up getting just a pair of shorts, like a good summer basic. I like the deep pockets in them. I think that's like very like lengthening. And then finally, like my favorite piece from the first thrift shop, there's a store, it's called like Seawinds. This is like the type of style clothing that they make. And like the craftsmanship of their stuff is like impeccable. It's really, really beautiful. But when I saw this, it immediately made me think of that. And I just thought like, what a fun piece to wear with like a rather neutral outfit. So like even like this outfit I have on, like blue jeans and a white shirt, like just throwing that on, just like a lot of personality. I really doubt it's because like they have this like really beautiful tag, and I don't think someone would take that tag out, but it really does look like it. And then we went over to another thrift shop and I wasn't really finding much. I noticed a lot of horses, rocking horses. There was this really sweet one. I thought like if I knew they would play gently on it, could maybe incorporate that into the playroom. But I actually want the playroom to be more utilitarian. And then as we were driving away, I saw someone walking out with that horse. So it is gonna find its new home. But I did find these frames. So there's 4 of them. I think I will pass the art along and I will keep the frames. I just thought that was such a steal for like a wooden vintage frame that has like real art in it. And then at that same second thrift shop, I came across this bag of, I think it's for quilting. It's tree blocks, it says on it. It kind of seems like it's a project that someone started and didn't finish. And I think there's something sweet about that, of like picking up what someone started. So I actually haven't opened the bag yet, but I'm thinking maybe at Christmas time, I take this bag out and I craft with it. I don't know, like it might be enough to make a tree skirt, maybe something for the table. Like I didn't want to leave it there. I was like, I want to take that home and I want to give that a new life because it was clearly loved at one point. Like someone put some love into it, and so I want to continue that along. And I noticed that actually quite a bit in the craft section of those like smaller thrift shops. In the past, I saw that someone had started an oven mitt, like a set of oven mitt. I almost grabbed it because I was like, oh, I could like add the next piece to that, like some ribbon around the edge and kind of making it my own. I ended up leaving that one behind, but I thought because this one's Christmas and I know I love to craft around Christmas, thought this was worth taking home, and I would definitely find some way to give it even more life. Oh, something I forgot at the first store, I found these little stencils, and I'm always looking for things to add to my craft area for the kids. This one has like just sweet like butterfly and an umbrella and a snowman, and so I grabbed that at that first shop. Finally, as we were leaving, we thought, oh, we have a bit more time, so let's head to a restore. I love the restore because I love seeing the furniture. We are planning to replace our couch, like not anytime soon. It serves a purpose. So many people can fit on it. When I find like a perfect piece, I would like update maybe our dining room chairs. I want to reweave our stools. Like I have projects that I want to do, but for the most part, like we're good on furniture. But I still like to go look. I also love the building supply section because that we are looking for. We have some spaces that we need to retile. We are painting, we're fixing things up. So at that shop, I just like enjoyed just looking, but there's nothing that was like, oh, I really need to take that home. Except at the very end, I saw these tiles. They're heavy. It's a vintage tile. I assume it looks vintage, and the whole box, so I think we counted, there's like 30 plus tiles for $5. It's the color I love, so I immediately saw them in our laundry room. Also saw them in our bathroom. So this is why I love thrifting too, is like once you find a piece, it can like be the leaping off point of a room or space. Like the living room here, I just been living with it the way it is. Like a couple pieces I like, but I could never figure out like how I wanted this to really look or feel. And then we found that geese art. That was kind of like the jumping off point for this space. And now I know like the color tones I want to bring in, and it's like helping me start to put together a vision. I feel like these tiles are that either for the laundry room, which is where I initially saw them, but also our bathroom. It kind of like sparked a concept. So yeah, I'm really excited. I found those for $5. And then my partner, I just have them here, but he ended up getting a couple shirts. I mean, this one was $6.50. This one was $6.50 too. Oh, and these, $2. They're coasters, have like butterflies inside of them. I just liked the bohemian look to them. I thought that was like something I could bring into my space. And a couple of them, like they're a bit broken. If you've been on my channel before, you know I kind of like that. I like things that show history and age and like love. They've been loved. I also recently did a refresh of our coffee nook. And we also, when my partner's family was down, we went to a yard sale and I ended up getting these little vintage jelly tins. I love the patina. Took out some linens and flowers there. Dying a little bit now. I need to go refresh them. I took out a lot more of my books. I got this one recently at Value Village. Normally people say like, oh, take the covers off, but like this cover is, I think, more pretty. I got the Canadian Garden perennials and this one. I thought this was really interesting. Getting more and more into sewing, so I thought this could be fun to flip through. Even if I do get my couch reupholstered, like it could be great for inspo for like how I want to reupholster it. But even inspo for like rooms, like the color matching of that, great find. This one is another really great find. It's on all the like vintage kitchenware, which I love. Like there's your jelly molds. It talks about the history of them, things that humans have created over time. Like we've always wanted to make our homes more beautiful, whether we were like, actually it reminds me, do I have that one? I got this one a while ago. I got it because I just thought the title was like comical, but it actually ended up being really interesting. Where were they? There was like seed necklaces, and they just talk about the history of that and how as like early civilizations we made necklaces from seeds. Like we were always looking at our environment and creating beauty from them. And so that kind of like validated a part of me that was like, why care about beauty? Well, we've just always cared about beauty. I feel better with pretty flowers. These ones need some love. Or like pretty textiles. I hope you enjoyed coming along thrifting with me. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit subscribe, stay around. If you enjoy thrifting content, home content, just trying to make better choices, you know, animal loving, earth loving choices, I think we would really get along. I don't know if you're vegan, vegetarian, I don't know if you've ever stumbled across these dumplings. When we lived in Montreal, there was a dumpling spot down the road and they had the best dumplings. These aren't as good, but these are really good. I'm going to work on 2 shorts. I'm gonna post the coffee bar short, the restyling of it. And I've been on the hunt for a good animal friendly, cruelty free sunscreen. That is not an easy thing to find, but I came across, this is the Face 50. It's really good. I use the Sunbum brand on my kids too, so I don't know why I didn't think to like check out the adult. So if you're in the market, definitely check them out. They're doing good stuff for our earth and our animals.